Hello and welcome to the 8th episode of the Quarantine and Chill podcast, and with our hosts, me, Beau, Venencia, and...
Leo Scuds, and today we've got two guests. We've got Henry and we've got Owen. Hello guys,
Hello.
how you doing?
How you doing, guys?
Hello.
Doing alright, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. How's your past few weeks been in quarantine?
Quite boring to be honest.
Yeah.
Just been passing the time getting outside quite a lot and stuff like that.
What have you been doing outside?
Lots of running, some cycling and some walking. Just
That's nice.
take some time out of the day.
It is quite nice to get outside every now and then, but
Yeah.
you always got to be careful and social distance when you see other people or go into shops or something like that.
You do, got to cross the road.
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
what about you,
I've not
Owen?
been-
How's
I've
your...
not been doing that much. I've just been like chilling in my room on the Xbox and like going for long walks now and again. Just
I think it's been mostly the same for everyone these first few weeks of quarantine. Like just kind of sit and play games and then occasionally go out every now and then. But
We've been in quarantine for, is it 7 weeks now? 7th week, so it's...
I think so.
this is the 8th
Been a
week.
long time.
This is the 8th week of quarantine because it's the 8th episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Doesn't feel like it's been 8 weeks.
It does not feel like
this is like the length of a school summer holiday that we've just spent inside.
yeah.
Quite
Yeah.
true, quite true.
Yeah, very
Longer than a
interesting.
school holiday actually.
Yeah. It has actually been longer. But apparently this quarantine rule of stay safe and stuff is going to be, well, it might change. I think next week maybe. I think
7 o'clock tonight, Boris is
7 o'clock
announcing
tonight,
it.
Yeah.
the announcement.
Alright, 7 o'clock.
Boris said that it may change from stay safe to stay alert, and I think he might lessen the rules of quarantine and be a bit less strict.
Relaxing them, I
I've
think
got-
is what's been going around.
I've got quite an unpopular opinion, but I reckon they should like tighten the restrictions because if they loosen them now, which is a poor time to do it,
Yeah.
it'll just
I agree.
become like a
It was Germany who loosened up their lockdown rules, and I think in the week after it, I think 60 people died of coronavirus the week after.
yeah.
Yeah, so we need to be
Until the
careful.
numbers are like proper low down, they should just tighten them. Because otherwise, as soon as they put them down a tiny bit, people are just gonna like blow it out of proportion, start meeting in massive groups, and not follow the rules at all.
Like
And
you
it's
see
just
how
like-
quickly this like pandemic grew by itself, and if we just loosen it up, it's just going to go up again and eventually get higher and higher and get worse and worse.
I guess that's the point of doing it slowly though, in little baby steps though, so...
It's like
Yeah.
if you're going to stop it now, then there wasn't really a point in doing it in the first place because it's just going to keep on going up, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think they need to extend the lockdown. To be honest,
Yeah.
I don't really know what the stay alert really means. I will be interested to see what he says
Yeah.
about
It probably just means like you can go out a bit more, but you got to be proper careful still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably will just loosen it a little bit, but
So social distancing will still be a thing.
yeah,
That'll be there
Social
until the end.
distancing will go
until it's
for the next,
gone.
like several months.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. But like you might be able to go out in like little groups of maybe 3 to 4 people. I've heard from some people.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
The only one way to find out, see what Big Man Boris says.
very true.
We'll find
yeah.
out tonight.
We will find out.
Yeah. So do you guys prefer school at home or do you prefer it in actual school?
Ganky Thistle, how could you prefer it at home? You need the 4G.
Yeah. You need the phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the throwback second podcast.
It was a third one actually.
Is this third podcast?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
I'd rather be at school because when I'm at home, I very much struggle to do my work.
Yeah.
I'll find myself doing one lesson a day, but instead, like doing one lesson for several hours and just getting distracted constantly.
I think
Yeah.
we're all in
Actually being able to do
agreement on that
decent
one.
work.
Yeah, I think everyone who's been on the podcast has said that because it's just
Yeah.
like everyone. But the thing is, though, we're supposed to do 2 to 3 hours of work a week. No, sorry, a day.
Okay.
Yeah. But the thing is, if they're doing that, then what's the point in having 6-hour-long days in school?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
If you really think like, you kind of you're the reason you're working in school at home right now is because most people are afraid of getting bad grades and getting worse at the schoolwork. But like
Yeah.
it's like it's just like not really working out for everybody, and
I think the reason they're saying to do 2 or 3 hours a day is because a lot of people just weren't doing the work in general. So if
yeah,
they're saying you have to do like 5 or 6 hours of work a day, that's
yeah,
just going to encourage people to not
They-
do it. So if
so
they're
they're kind
putting
of
it down a bit,
compromising.
then they're more likely to do it a bit.
that's a good
Yeah,
point.
they're
Yeah,
compromising to try and get you to do it. But I'm still getting set
Yeah.
more than that 3 hours a day anyway, because
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
like I've had to work on the bank holiday Friday last
Yeah.
week.
You've got some lessons that
Wait.
set about 20 minutes of work and others that set about 90 minutes of work. So
Exactly.
it's just
So there's
a bit-
they're not working together. The teachers. There's not really
Yeah.
consistency. Like some set it on Monday for the whole week, and some set it on the lesson day for the next day after. So that it needs to
yeah.
like come together and make it.
I noticed that most of the teachers
do
set
it.
work on Monday, because when you wake up, you'll see like tons of emails saying new
Yeah.
assignment and all that, and then
Yeah.
but then you'll keep on getting them through the week and stuff, and then you feel like you have to do it through the weekend because you just had so much work during the week.
Yeah, it gives you a bit of freedom as well to like pick your own schedule and pick your own lessons and stuff and what you want to do.
Like yeah, and you're kind of in charge of your own work days and what you do. All
Yeah.
that. So
That is a plus, but then when you're in school, especially now, because we're kind of in late spring, summertime, it's just so much better
yeah,
when you're at home.
Yeah.
Because what was the temperature yesterday? It was,
it was 25 degrees
like
yesterday.
22.
boiling. It was great.
It
Yeah,
was absolutely trenchant hot. Like,
yeah,
but the thing is though, like normal British weather, it's less than half of the temperature today than it was
Yeah.
yesterday.
it's just no
Yeah.
consistency.
yeah,
Like it'll be sunny for 2 days and then it'll be raining for about 4.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
And it's like one of those days yesterday where if you could, you would have gone out to meet your mates and gone into town
Yeah.
to a park or something because it was
just sat in the park with a football.
exactly
Yeah.
because it was that weather, perfect weather for that. And you
But
just
I
couldn't do it,
reckon-
you know, stay inside.
people will start going out like during like the summer, like July time. Like everyone, that's like when everyone's gonna start coming outside a little bit more.
When
Yeah.
lockdowns relaxed a bit more, people will try and make up for the days that they've lost in quarantine, definitely.
Very true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There'll be like a minute of silence every year, something. Or
Probably.
some kind of day.
It's interesting to think that this will forever be remembered, like in history.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
like in like 100 years' time, there could be like a history lesson on the coronavirus.
No, it's gonna be a history of medicine. It's gonna be added to the GCSE, I think,
Is
yeah.
it?
because on the history, it goes from like the 1200s all through to the present day.
It
So
does.
they're probably
Yeah.
just gonna
True.
add
Yeah.
another few lessons, which is
Like-
quite interesting.
Yeah.
It is interesting.
Just before we left, my history teacher said to the entire class, "You're like living in history now, so write a
Yeah.
diary or something, document what's happened."
It's gonna be
during
like in the
quarantine
history
because
books.
It's going to be history. Yeah, exactly.
I wish Miss Olinet could think like that, but obviously not.
Who knows? Maybe even Quarantine and Chill might be in the history books.
maybe not yet. I mean, a few
Yeah.
more subscribers and views until then. We should
Keep
like
on-
and subscribe.
Like and
That's all you need
subscribe.
to do. Come on,
Get the bell,
get that bell on.
hit the notification bell.
I've
So
been seeing teachers, especially with my history, they've been doing little podcasts, like 10
Yeah,
minutes.
they've been doing podcasts.
Nah, but
where
they're
talking through
annoying.
The, like PowerPoint.
Yeah,
yeah, 'cause-
to go with the PowerPoint.
The podcast is actually about 20 minutes, but working along trying to figure out what they're saying from the podcast and actually doing the work along it ends up taking me like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Same. See,
Yeah.
history is my longest lesson because of that reason.
Yeah, exactly. History and DT I'm finding take me ages.
well, what do you even do in DT? Because you don't have any resources.
Yeah,
So
Well, for the entirety of year 10, we were just doing theory anyway. So
yeah.
at the
Yeah.
moment, it's just like the presentations, researching different methods of things, and then writing about products that used it or stuff like that. Really.
Yeah, art's probably the most annoying thing to do
Presentations.
though, because like you're expected to have all these like resources and paints and all that kind of stuff, and and when you don't have them, you get told off for not having them, and it's just ugh.
Yeah.
yeah. What can you do?
Mm.
Buy the stuff, but who wants to do that?
But
Yeah, I've been setting the most from history because my class is split into two teachers, right? So they're both setting
Mhm.
like
So
double the amount of work than they like all the other lessons. So that's frustrating.
Yeah.
One of my history teachers, we have her like twice in 1 week, and instead of setting work on those days that we have lessons, she's setting it on the next week when we don't have a lesson. So it completely throws me off timetable. She sets it on like a Wednesday on the week when we wouldn't even have her.
Do you set your own timetable,
Ridiculous.
or do you use a school one?
I'm using the school one, but I've cut out certain lessons, for example, like IT, RE, and PHSE.
No, I haven't done any of them.
Oh yeah, all the core subjects like that don't really matter.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm
Well, I
not
guess
doing
they do
exams,
matter
so
to
I'm
some
not doing
point, but
studying.
yeah, they're
I
not.
think the school understands that as well. They've not really been setting much on them anyway.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
For RE, there's a Google Classroom, but they've literally just said you don't have to do any work if you don't want to.
Yeah, who actually wants to?
Just like
And then
Why would you go the extra mile just to go do some PSHG work?
And I mean, although I'm on it, it's basically Owen Johnson, like 20% boys and then 80% girls, so all the quite
Tryouts.
nerdy ones that don't have much of a life. Not saying that I do
That's
or
quite a
anything,
statement.
but I mean,
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just not really like working out. Like, why would they bother making a PSHE thing when like 90% of the people aren't actually going to do it?
Yeah. I think they've probably
There's just going to
gonna.
be that 1 or 2 people in every single form that's done absolutely everything.
Yeah, there are going to be a few
Very true.
tryouts that are going to thrive in this quarantine.
And they probably have to set it
Yeah.
anyway. Like they probably get like
Because it's
restrictions.
people that are doing work, like, anyway out of school, and now that they're not in school, they like don't have any distractions, so they're probably more efficient out of school.
Yeah. Well, I get really distracted all the time because I use my computer and like there's just like games
So
like at the ready. I can just click off it and see it and just get tempted to play games. But yeah,
Yeah.
just out of nowhere, I found I've just been playing Minecraft for the last half an hour.
yeah. Do you guys ever do work on the weekends?
No,
No.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'd
Like-
school is for the Monday to Friday, not the Saturday to Sunday.
Yeah, I don't like it when like
Precisely.
teachers like set or due work during the weekend. Like
Yeah.
teachers set work during the weekend. It's just a bit annoying when they do that.
Well,
Or due
on
work.
Friday it was a bank holiday because it was V-Day,
Oh yeah,
75
V-Day,
year
yeah.
anniversary.
yeah, it
So,
was.
Did you celebrate? What was going on your streets and your households, guys?
Nothing much on the streets, but
I live in the
Right.
middle of nowhere, so we just had dinner in the garden.
Alright.
yeah. Apparently,
I didn't really celebrate it, but because I live in a reasonably like large village. Whilst I was doing my papers, I saw about like 6 different cul-de-sacs that were completely covered in bunting and flags and
Yeah.
everything, and they're still all there.
Yeah,
so
Owen,
there's certain cul-de-sacs that fully just like celebrate it and go mad, and there's ones like.
Did you see like the video of like the fighter jets doing the 75, doing 75 years? Like
Yeah.
they made like a formation like a 75.
yeah.
Yeah,
I have not seen that.
No, I've not seen that.
My
either.
dad showed it to me.
But yeah, on our street there was loads of bunting and people were just going around with like whiskey or wine or whatever, and they started off where they were like 2 meters apart, but I think like as the hours went, because they were out for about between like 3 to 8 or something like that, just talking to people because they haven't spoken to people in ages. And I think
I saw-
near the end, I could see them. They were all like sitting outside one person's house at the end when it was
Yeah.
spread out across the whole street before, with just a bunch of chairs, literally like right next to each other. People
great
kind
idea,
of
is it?
forgot about it at the end, which I know like you should be celebrating, V-Day and that, which was that's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
But it was really not the best time for it to come, if you know what I mean, because people just celebrated. The weather was good that day. People were,
Yeah.
going to other houses and stuff, and don't know.
I think after coronavirus is gone and like the government get the all clear to go outside and be normal, I don't think the world's going to be the same for quite a while. Like people.
No, everywhere's going to be proper strict on hygiene and making sure you gotta wear masks on gloves or something.
And
I
like,
Well, the
reckon
news
there'll be a
is-
stage where if you're going out or if you're going shopping, you're going to have to wear a mask and gloves.
Yeah, I think that's going to be enforced soon, isn't it?
The news is saying there's going to be an increase in green energy consumption and stuff, so it'll be better for the environment after
That's a positive.
Corona.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
There's
There's a
no
couple
one's really
positives
going
in there.
out with this, so there's no pollution from cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Although saying that, recently you've been able to like hear more cars than you were like I don't know 3 weeks ago, because more people are starting to get irritated of staying inside and starting to head out a
I
little
think
bit
it's
more.
really starting to get to people now, saying that they're going to be inside for a long time. Well, maybe after today, not for that long, but
But it's like when you're going to go to, for instance, like clubbing or something. Like I'm like the restrictions on that's going to be crazy because you're like I don't know 1 centimeter apart from people.
yeah, like
But I guess
concerts.
once the vaccine's out, though, it should all be fine.
Yeah.
We
Although
just,
when is the vaccine
I
coming out?
reckon-
Does anyone know?
The vaccine is predicted for about January time.
yeah, well,
That's long.
Yeah, I was going to
That's
a
say, I don't
long
reckon
time.
concerts or anything like that, or clubs will be allowed to open until at least like January, February next year.
If we're not in school
Yeah.
by January, then definitely like we might the GCSEs things will like be either postponed
Have to
or
redo a year.
Yeah, redo the
Some
year.
people have been saying that we'll have to redo year 10 if like it goes on for that long.
well, see, I didn't really
I
know
don't
about
think
that
they'd ever do that, though.
because like it'd have to like push back like.
Yeah.
It would have to push back everyone. Like year 9 would have to go back to year 8, and year 8 have to go back to year 7, and then
It'd be
like
so complicated.
like
I'm not sure they
so
could do it.
children won't be like toddlers won't be going to school till they're 5, not 4. I think.
It would kind of mess up the scheme. I don't think they could do that, but I can see the reasoning behind it if it does happen. But
I don't think it ever would happen because then you'd
Yeah.
have universities without anybody coming for a year and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, completely.
And also, I think when a school does come back, I think year 10 and 12 are going to be prioritized.
year 10,
Yeah,
12
so-
reception and year 6 going into year 7, I think are the year groups that are going to be prioritised.
Because
Yeah.
like they've got year 10 got GCSEs, year 12 got A levels, year 6 like going to high school and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Well, because it was V-Day, Henry and Owen, weren't you two in the cadets?
Yeah.
I still am, yes.
You two, are you both still in it? Yeah.
I ended up leaving just before school ended.
Alright.
So
Well, how is that anyway for you two? Like, how was that experience anyway? Like, what's it like?
I'm in it in the hope that it improves because at the moment it's not very good, but then some of the stuff that you get promised and also some of the stuff that other groups do. For example, they get to go flying and shooting on a quite regular basis. So I'm just hoping, I'm just staying in it for those days, and also it looks good on your TV and stuff.
yeah, I guess so.
Fair enough. Yeah. And do you
that's
want to
really
have
why
like
I
a?
left because
You go.
very
you go.
rarely we were actually doing something fun, and most weeks it was proper unorganised or they didn't have anything prepared or anything like that. And I was just getting fed up of it.
I
When
joined.
we
I
were 20,
joined.
they were promising that we were going to go flying and shooting all the time and that. And then we've only been like twice. We've only gone
Fair.
shooting twice and we've actually gone flying.
I went to cadets for like a day.
The commitment.
Committed soldier.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I think it was just to do with the uniform being like they would not like it's just like it wouldn't come, and like I was a bit fed up with everything to be honest with it, and I just kind of gave up on like the second day.
So, did any of you two, or do any of you two, like see a career in the like the armed forces or whatever?
I was
Not
thinking of
particularly,
possibly
no.
joining, like the army, but I don't really know at the moment.
I don't think they'd accept me as I'm a celiac, so all the ration packs, they don't cater for me. So I'm a liability, in other words.
Oh, right then.
My sister's
Oh, it's a
celiac.
So I don't think I'd be accepted.
Well,
I
at
think
least it was a good experience. I'm
Eli,
guessing,
he was
anyways.
on the podcast a few the third one I think it was.
Yeah.
He wants to join the armed forces and
Seems pretty committed on that, which is good for him.
Yeah.
it's a bit of a weird thing though
Preparation is
because
like his Air Force.
Eli doesn't really look like the kind of person you'd see as a armed forces go, would you?
No.
But you know,
I mean,
he
I
wants to
can
do
because
it.
I know him, and he's like, goes to army cadets as well and stuff. But
Yeah.
if you're just walking past him in the street, you wouldn't think so.
Mm.
No, it doesn't look like the type.
Yeah. Apart from school, have you guys been doing any other activities in quarantine?
Been doing some cooking. Just made a chocolate cake before
Oh
I
yeah,
came
yeah.
on this show.
Nice.
nice.
Gluten free, of course.
Yeah.
Then doing some guitar and lots of running and exercise and stuff like that.
Nice.
It's good.
Because
It's good to see that
Henry,
you're productive and doing stuff,
hmm
and not just keep
Henry,
cooking.
you did athletics, don't you, or do you still do it?
I still do it, so I've been running 5 times a week, and then I went on a cycle ride today just to see what Chester was like, and it was very quiet and empty. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Does the club are they like telling you that you have to do like 5 runs a week or whatever?
they're setting us sessions on a Facebook group, so then you just go out and do them by yourself.
Right.
Can you not just like say you did it and like just not just like like
I mean, it's just nice to get out of the house. So I mean, although
yeah.
you can
Yeah,
just
you could.
run slower if you don't want to do it as much or whatever.
Yeah. It's always nice to do
Oh,
something in quarantine. Yeah.
because
Mhm.
most like sports clubs, because Henry, we play for the same football team and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You can't like. There's no way to do football at home or I don't know,
No.
golf at home or anything like
Unless
that.
you have a big garden, but not everyone has
Yeah.
one.
Especially
And you
team
also need
sports.
people to play with.
Yeah, exactly. So there's not much you can do with that. Speaking of football, though, the Bundesliga, which is the first German league, is coming back in like, 6 days, which is
Oh yeah.
pretty
Mhm.
interesting.
Have you seen the Borussia Mönchengladbach stand? They've put plastic cutouts of all their fans in it.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty cool because
Yeah.
obviously it's going to be behind closed doors, so they want to still have an atmosphere in a sense. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Well, so they've just filled all the stands with cardboard cutouts of people
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit psychotic, but yeah.
playing like cheering sounds out the speakers with like chants and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just make like a
Because as there's no like sport on at the moment, other than some of the little stuff, BBC they were streaming a K League game, which is the Korean league, on the BBC Sport, which was quite funny. And it was just they have nobody in the stand. You could like hear the players like
Yeah.
talk to each other and stuff, and they had like speakers just with songs coming out of them and stuff like that. It was quite
Well,
funny.
all the football clubs on their YouTube and Instagram all seem to be posting games. So Liverpool
Yeah.
have definitely been putting some up, and Tranmere have been putting some stuff up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leo, you know how you said about Korea? They were talking about like Kim Jong Un apparently had like a botched heart surgery.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's completely fake news.
Yeah,
That was we talked about that a few podcasts ago.
Episode
Apparently it was
7.
fake news.
Yeah, it's fake. So
Yeah.
mad.
you're still here.
Yeah, but I'm still a bit on who like made that up, like yeah, because
It was an original North Korean de facto website. There was a story that got aired on there, and then over time, as more and more news agencies used it as clickbait, the story evolved into he had heart surgery.
yeah.
Yeah, right. You gotta be careful with fake news, man. It's just it's everywhere, isn't it?
No fake news on here.
Tricky one. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
But,
We are facts.
Yeah, but apart from that, Owen, have you been doing any activities or things you don't really do usually out of quarantine? Like, have you been doing anything new?
Yeah, true.
On my birthday, which was during quarantine, I got
Oh, yeah.
a skateboard, which I've been
Hey, I
doing
got a
quite a
skateboard
bit.
as well. Yeah.
Hey, skateboard gang.
The second day I managed to skate about like 5 miles in one day, which was ridiculous and ended up really hurting my ankle. So
Nice.
I've not been for a little while, and I ended up watching the grip tape, so I have to order a new one of that. But
Yeah.
I'm quite enjoying it.
Cracking.
Well, as I was skating today, I realised that I've completely grinded through my shoes with the grip tape. Because like when you do a trick, you basically have to flick your foot up the side of the board, and it just like goes right through your shoes. And I have like about 5 holes in my shoes that go all the way down to my socks.
What shoes do you have?
I think they're Swift Runs Adidas. Adidas.
Yeah,
Fun.
I was just
interesting.
using them like SBs, which are like made for that, but
Yeah.
still don't.
I
Well,
did
'cause
have
the
I did use Vans, but then like the hole started coming in the Vans, so I'm not really using them because they're nice shoes.
Yeah.
So you put holes in a skateboard shoe. That's some commitment there.
Yeah.
But I think I might try and like just tape like to put like a big roll of tape around my shoe, like just to keep it from like grinding on my
A
foot.
fashion statement.
just like
Because
Yeah.
I can't
fasten some
afford
metal to the side of your shoe so it doesn't go through it.
yeah, because like I can't afford any new shoes, so I'm just gonna try and modify mine into a way I can use them. But yeah,
Both
yeah.
of
So
the
we saying
Bo, you and Owen, you both had birthdays similar times, right? April.
yeah. Well, mine was
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah. So how was that for you? Like
Yeah, well,
birthdays and lockdown.
we talked about this on third podcast with Eli, my birthday podcast. It was on that day. But
Yeah.
to be honest though, it wasn't actually that bad. Like it was quite fun to be honest. Like I went out with my dad on my skateboard for like a few hours. Um, yeah, no, I made some cake with my mum and that.
Lovely.
Did some bacon, and overall it was actually quite a good birthday considering that I couldn't actually go outside. I got a lot of messages and FaceTimes from my family members
Good.
and all that. What about
yeah.
you, Owen?
What was?
Mine,
Yeah.
How's your birthday,
mine
Owen?
wasn't too bad to be fair. I didn't end up actually getting any presents from my parents on my birthday because I had to order it. They ended up coming like a couple days after. My
Oh
skateboard
yeah,
came like 2 weeks after. So I got
yeah,
like quite a bit of money sent to me from people to my account because like
Yeah.
they can't exactly you know, get a present, go out and get a present. So
yeah,
they ever sent it to me or my dad. We ended
yeah,
up like FaceTiming my grandma whilst we were doing the cake because she's usually there on my birthday. So we
yeah,
FaceTimed her and we ended up giving like sending well delivered her a piece of cake.
yeah.
Nice.
That was
So
quite good.
so overall it was a good birthday, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wasn't too bad to be fair. Spent a bit of time with my
Good.
family. Chilled in my room for a bit on the Xbox.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
that's what we all do really in quarantine now. We just kind of sit down and
yeah.
play some games. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Henry, is your birthday past?
My birthday was in January, so
Yeah. So you were all
before
right.
the main part of Corona, yeah.
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 I think if your birthday was in like early March, that was like the perfect time to have your birthday before
hmm
coronavirus.
See, I'm early July,
Oh,
so
it might affect you.
I thought I would be all right, but that's slowly looking like I might not be.
It will
I mean,
affect you. You might be able to go to like a restaurant by then.
Yeah.
You won't be able to go to the cinema with your mates by
Yeah,
then.
yeah. I don't feel nothing like that. I can imagine meeting up maybe with like 3 people by then.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Possibly.
Something like
I've sort of said to people as soon as we get out of lockdown, like me and a couple of other people are going straight to Nando's.
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Cracking.
But I've heard that McDonald's might be opening up again soon.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've heard
Are
that.
they going to open their drive-through or something? Or
I think it's delivery mostly.
Yeah, I heard it's only by delivery. So
But at least you get McDonald's
like
now
you
again
can still
soon.
get food from like delivery with Just Eat and stuff like that, can't you? So
Yeah, and also they're opening up gardening centers
because
again.
everyone's taken up gardening now as a hobby.
Yeah,
It seems. I know my family has.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But
And one thing that happened, I don't know if you saw, the UFC started up again.
oh yeah,
Where's that
No,
started
I
up?
was watching that last night.
Did you watch it, Owen?
I didn't get to watch it. I'm not a massive fan of UFC, but they like Josh, and Cam's girlfriend, because she's like living with us, went
Right.
down into Cam's room and watched the
yeah,
UFC.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either, but it's just good to see like some live sport back. So I think
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's good that they've managed to get that out somehow.
So I was thinking the other day, like, cause like Ebola and like the Spanish flu and that, like, they all kind of like went away by themselves naturally. And I was just kind of thinking if coronavirus is going to do that by itself, maybe one day, but it doesn't really seem to be ending anytime soon.
I don't
Yeah.
think that will happen because coronavirus can spread much more easily than they could. Because they
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
spread through specific things, but
Well, I think
corona can be spread by
I think Ebola kind of started to stop after everyone started washing their hands. because
Yeah.
Mhm.
it was
It was
mostly
mainly
like,
just like the poor countries in Africa where they didn't have
Exactly.
access to like
But
clean water.
yeah. And this one's just managed to. It's a global pandemic, isn't it? So it's gone to everywhere.
it's everywhere, yeah. So I think isn't UK on the mend? No, it's getting a little bit better every day.
It's on the mend, but it's still a far
Yeah,
cry from where it should be.
it won't be a long
Yeah.
time until it gets back down to levels where it's
Yeah.
natural again.
It's going down. It's not great, but it peaked a couple of weeks ago, didn't it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think
And they've now started reporting deaths at like home and in care homes and stuff like that. So they're not just reporting deaths that were in hospital. So it's a more accurate number, so people actually know what's happening.
well, let's
Instead
Yeah,
just
of
hope
because-
like
after
a
today
majority.
numbers don't start coming back up again after today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think fingers
Because
crossed.
most of the figures that we've been seeing, like for the past few weeks, anyway, they can't be completely accurate because they don't, especially the infected ones, because you don't know how many people are infected unless they've been tested.
Yeah.
Many people could just have it and they don't know, and they're just sitting in their house.
Mm.
So the stats aren't completely like precise. So
The tests are only available for the over 65s and people that get to hospital and NHS key workers. So that completely neglects all the people that sat at home with a bit of a cold or something.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, like say if you have like an accident or like you break an arm or something and you need to go to the hospital, it must be like very nerve-wracking having to like know that you're going to a place that is filled with infected individuals.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the thing. A&E people going to A&E has dropped a lot for even stuff like heart attacks and strokes,
really?
which is quite worrying. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, because people are afraid to go to hospital because they don't want to catch the virus, especially if
Yeah.
they're like vulnerable.
Mm.
Like my grandma, she got a letter a couple of weeks ago saying that she has to stay in her house for 12. We've got to go out and do her shopping for her, really. And we've
Mm.
got
Wow.
to drop off her prescriptions and stuff like that.
Well, if you get to the supermarkets early, if you're old enough, then you're allowed to get
Yeah.
your own to get your stuff before everyone stockpiles it by themselves. If you're,
I feel like stockpiling's kind of gone down now.
it has definitely,
Like,
especially toilet
people-
paper.
People aren't really panic buying anymore. They've realised that was
It's
an
only
idea.
really flour that is still
Flour and
unavailable.
yeast.
Flour
Flour
and
and
yeast, yeah.
yeast.
Everyone's
Because everyone
baking
has
now.
Everyone's
decided to
getting into
start
baking,
take up
aren't they?
baking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's making their own bread because bread was going down. So everyone's like, okay, we're going to make our own bread. Now everyone else has had that idea.
Mm.
And they can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, my parents made some banana bread the other day. It was quite nice.
Oh yeah. So we're all in quarantine now, and we have not lots of things to do. But I was thinking, have you guys been watching any new movies or anything like that during the quarantine? You've been watching a lot of films recently.
If you look at Disney Plus, I've watched every single one of the Pirates of the Caribbean, and I've
Brilliant.
watched every single one of the Star Wars.
All
Apart
right,
from, like
yeah.
3 of them.
The new
Lovely.
Star Wars came out on April 4th. May the 4th be with you.
May 4th. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched that yesterday.
Yeah.
Average. I'm not a big fan.
I watched
Kind of
it in
average.
4D in the cinema. It was really fun.
Cool.
Yeah,
I
but
watched Sonic the Hedgehog in 4D in the cinema. It was hilarious.
I didn't think Sonic was that bad, you know. It was alright.
I reckon if you get a Blu-ray disc, you should be able to get like the bad version and the good version.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Because
I have a
me
feeling
and-
we've talked
me
about
and
this
my mate
before.
went to Cineworld to watch Sonic in 4D, and whenever he's like running around or doing loops or whatever, or like water is around, you can
Yeah.
like flick water in your face, and the chairs will be moving about like mad.
And then like
it's
there'll be like
really,
little
mental,
pokes in
like,
the back and
vibrations
stuff.
and stuff like that.
Like they'll be like poking you in the back and like in the seats and that.
Yeah, I've never been there
Yeah,
before.
when he gets like shot in the back, you
Mm.
like feel a poke in the back.
Yeah,
And,
I want to do 4D one day.
yeah, it's fun. But speaking of movies what you guys we do this every podcast, but what is your guys' favorite TV show of all time?
Pick anyone.
Favorite TV show
Horrible
of all time has
Histories.
Got to be Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, so we got two at the same time.
Yeah, well, go Henry
Right,
first. Come on,
you go
Henry.
first, then.
Horrible
Yeah.
Histories. What is there not to love about Horrible Histories?
Yeah. I
it's
saw
good,
that it's on
cracking.
Netflix now.
I've watched all of series 1 from like yesterday. I started series 1, and I think I've got 1 or 2 episodes today. That's been an hour of horrible histories a day for the last 2 days.
Would you say it's like actually good to watch to
Educational.
like educational? Like, does it help you do your work? Would you say?
Well, it doesn't really help me do my GCSE work. I mean, it's got some historical value,
Yeah.
and then you can test yourself in the little quizzes they include in the show.
Yeah.
But it is good. It is good. With like the little skits that they do all the time.
Yeah. I used to
Yeah.
watch it when I was little.
I rate it.
So
Yeah.
And as
good
you
one.
get older, you understand more and more of the jokes, which is also good.
yeah, I've noticed that. Like, say if you watch a film when you're younger, and then when you're older, you watch it again, you realise what they're actually talking about and stuff, and the jokes they make and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so Owen, your favourite show is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I rate that.
By far.
I
I've watched every single season about 4 times on Netflix.
Oh my god.
I can't say I have. I can say probably say I have as well. To be honest, have you seen the new season that came
Yeah,
out a few
they've
weeks
got
ago?
a new season every single Thursday night at 9 p.m. on E4. I've watched
Yeah.
every single episode about twice so far, but
Oh,
sadly
yeah.
they don't keep the episodes.
Oh,
So after every like 4 weeks, the like I don't know, an episode gets deleted from all 4, so you can't just repeat it.
I download my episodes off various sources. I can't be named.
Oh, and that's a big
All
commitment.
sources of these.
That's a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nines. Are that good?
I rate it. It is quite funny. Yeah, it's quite good.
It's
Alright.
it's
It
amazing.
used to be my favorite show, but I like what's it called?
What
What's
did
the
you
name
say
of it?
again? I forgot.
I actually can't remember now, to be honest. Oh, I think it was Gravity Falls. I said.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I've been watching a lot of Breaking
Another
Bad
show
though.
that I very highly rate. Gotta be like my second favorite show of all time. It's gotta be Gotham.
Gotham.
Brilliant
Gotham's
series.
class.
Yeah, that's a
I have
good one.
watched
Yeah.
that one. I told you about that one, Owen, didn't I?
Well, I got it from my brothers, but yeah, I spoke to you about it in media a lot.
Yeah. That's a good one. No, I do like that. That's good.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Breaking Bad recently. It's really good.
That's supposed to be like one of the
I've not
best
seen what's
ever,
it.
isn't it?
Is it actually decent, or is it just
Yeah,
like...
it's really good. You should start watching it if you haven't already.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, they are like hour-long episodes, but it's really good. You should watch it.
Yeah.
Got time, so might as well.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah. Another one that we do is a favorite artist of all time, musician. Who
Yeah.
wants to go
I'm
first
looking
on this
good
one,
for
lads?
I don't really have like a favourite one. It's just you've got to have the mix of songs in your playlist. It doesn't really matter who it's by. You've got to
Yeah.
have the head bop song, and then you've got to have like the chillax song.
So who do you think you listen to the most then?
Well, obviously I play the guitar, so I listen to quite a lot of artists like Ed Sheeran and stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough. Nice.
So,
What
I've
would you say
noticed.
your favourite song is?
I mean, it's probably got to be like "Bomb Bomb" by Sam and the Womp, though, because
Yeah.
it's just such a good head bop song.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
Nice.
you, Owen? What's your favorite artist of all
Favorite
time?
artist of all time.
Like
It's
favorite.
probably gotta be Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
He's an
Okay.
American rapper. He's an actor as well. He used to do quite a lot of rapping, for example, with like NWA
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
the 90s, and then
Isn't
Yeah,
there a movie about him?
started doing his own stuff.
Isn't like straight out of Compton?
Yeah, straight out
Yeah.
of Compton. His son actually acted as
Yeah.
him in the film.
Fancy that.
He's got like
Fair
quite
enough.
I don't know, a range of songs. There's like several albums. It's good.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've noticed recently. I've been listening to a lot of Oliver Tree recently. If you know who he is.
Okay.
He's a guy with you probably recognize his music when if you heard it, but yeah, he's really good. Yeah. So
What type of music does he do?
I can't really tell you what genre it is. I don't really know all the genres of music, but
Yeah.
but it's kind of like the kind of music, kind of modern music that you kind of get now. Like kind of a little bit different, but just I find it nice to listen to.
Alright, fair enough.
Leo, is yours still Eminem, still favorite artist of all time?
Yeah, I'll stick with that. Although I've been listening to like Emery says, like just a wide range of stuff, like whilst I'm doing my work and
Yeah.
so on. So yeah. just
I
keeping.
promise I've listened to quite a bit of Eminem recently, like his older songs like Mockingbird and Toy Soldier and stuff like
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
that.
another thing we also do on this Quarantine and Chill podcast is we've been doing this since episode 1. Where do you think you guys are going to be 15 years from now?
In the future, 15 years in the future.
Who should we go first? Who's going to answer
Henry,
it
you can
first?
go first. As well.
I'd like to see
Be
myself
30.
as a doctor or someone that works for NASA.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
So
Big
I've
aims, I
got
like
quite
it.
high expectations for what I can achieve and
yeah.
high hopes for
Both
what
of
I
those
want
kind
to
of
do.
jobs are very hard to get. You have to be very smart.
Mhm.
If you think you got the skills and you really want to do it, then go ahead because there's nothing really stopping you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
go for it, man.
Like, do what you
Any
want.
like particular reason why or?
Well, obviously, in the next 10, 15 years, the next set of moon landings and Mars
Oh yeah,
landings and missions are going to start happening. So I think it'd be quite cool to take part in them. And I was just sat on my windowsill the other day looking out at the moon, and I
I
just
get that.
thought,
Yeah.
I
that
do
thought
like
in mind.
I do love like kind of space and like exploration kind of stuff. I find space like fascinating and really cool.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree. Yeah.
I'd
Even
love
if you
to work
don't-
for like NASA or SpaceX one day, but
mhm.
you know anyone could dream. But
Isn't SpaceX planning on like occupying Mars?
Yeah, but I mean, again, that's Elon Musk. He thinks he's a lot more clever than he actually is. He's a bit of a anti-quarantine
Have you seen
person. So.
he named his son like AEX, something
I
like
saw
that.
that.
That's
Yeah.
so stupid.
He's a bit of a weird
Yeah.
one, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, he is. And DC also said the Tesla stockpile prices are too high in my opinion, and then like everyone sold them and they
Yeah.
all fell. That's quite funny.
And he's already been told off for trying to meddle with the stock market before, so maybe that's his second strike.
Well,
I like the aims, Henry. I like them.
I quite like
So
how
where do you
Elon
think-
Musk is kind of like a real life Iron Man, in my opinion. Like
He's like a real life Iron Man, but without the popularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not quite
Okay.
as cool as Tony Stark.
Yeah. All right, Beau. All right. So where do you think you're going to be, Henry? Like, you know, you're going to stay in Chester, or are you going to move around, or?
Well, if I was a doctor, maybe Ireland or Chester, probably. And then obviously, if you want to work for NASA, then you'd have to be in America. But then you've also got the European Space Agency and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that would be somewhere in Europe, I'd imagine.
All right. Okay. I like your plan.
I like that plan.
What do you say, Owen?
I hope to see myself with like a job that lets me, I don't know, hopefully with a secure job. Hopefully I've been able to sort of go around the world a bit because I want to go to as many
Yeah.
countries and places as I can.
Travel the world,
Yeah.
see what there
Hopefully
is
I'll
to
have
see.
like, hopefully I'll have like a house in the mountains or something like that.
Cool.
Yeah. I think that's what everyone kind of fantasizes of, having a lot of money and a good family and a house, an expensive house and just
Yeah,
wealth.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair
Uh,
enough.
Yeah. So,
All right. Got anything else to say, Beau?
I guess have you guys been playing any new games, anything like that recently?
I've been revisiting all the childhood Flash games you used to get for free on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Cool maths
So-
games. Club Penguin.
I've been revisiting those, but I haven't really been experimenting with any other games apart from those.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been
What about you,
playing
Owen?
quite a wide variety of games on my Xbox at the moment.
What
Like
do you
I
play?
started playing a game called Sea of Thieves again, which
Yeah.
is a game where you sort of
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
pirate on a variety of boats where you got to do missions and
Yeah.
exploration
I've
expeditions,
seen that game before.
and you got to like make money and progress, and you can get new items and things like that. I've
Yeah.
also found myself revisiting the Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is a
Oh.
really fun game.
Oh yeah, isn't that the British one?
Yeah, it's
Uh.
based in like 1800s London.
Yeah. Yeah. I played a little bit
It's
of
really
that
good.
when I went to my friend's house. It looks quite good. Yeah.
I've
Nice.
been playing quite a bit of Apex Legends as well, which
Oh yeah, I've been playing
one of
that
my
recently
favourite
as well.
games of all time. I played like the new season's coming out in 2 days, which I'm
It's
quite
it's
excited
tomorrow
about.
actually. I think it is
No, it's on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, come on, go get your facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday.
All right. Leo,
Well,
you playing
fair enough.
any new games?
Yeah, I've been playing Overwatch and Warzone. Really, that's
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it. Switching between them.
Mhm.
Played
what
a bit
about
of
you, Beau?
Warzone, but got a bit
I
of
finished I finished
Yeah.
Subnautica,
Okay, nice.
and they have made a second game, but it's in development. So it is free to buy, but like
It's like below zero,
it's just
isn't it?
under construction. So I think I might get it.
What game is that?
Subnautica Below Zero, the second game.
Oh, how does that? How does that work?
Yeah, like what's the game?
So like Subnautica 1, you've crash landed on like a sea planet, and you basically have to try and get off it. That's kind of the motive of that game. And then in this game, I think it's like set 17 years in the future, and basically like your planet has like trying to like search around because like there's like secrets underneath it, and like about aliens and like new creatures and
Oh, okay.
and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it looks cool, so I think I might download it. There's a new story and all that kind of stuff. So
I might download that too.
Yeah, sounds good.
I played a bit of Subnautica, but I wasn't very good at it, so I had to delete it.
yeah, it's a good game though.
And I kept finding that I forgot to save it, so it'd delete whatever I'd done. I'd spend like 4 hours developing and
Yeah,
like playing.
you
it for
always have to
ages,
keep on
and
saving.
forget to
Oh, that's
save
a heavy one.
Forget to save it, and then I turn my Xbox off. Everything gets deleted.
Oh,
Yeah, you have to keep on constantly saving it because sometimes it can crash and you lose all your progress.
that's a heavy one.
Apart from that, it is a good game though.
All right, nice.
So I think that's everything on my list.
Yeah,
we've talked
okay.
about.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks for
Episode 8 of the Quarantine Show
yeah,
podcast,
and Owen and Henry, you've been great guests.
It's
Wish
been a pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
we'll be back on very soon, lads. Be
It'll
sure
be a
of
pleasure
it.
to have
Thank
you
you.
again. You've been a great guest. So anyone watching at home, we'll see you next week every Sunday. And
Yeah.
goodbye.
Thanks.
See ya.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
See you later.